Right, so the amount of messages that came into direct messages this morning when I put up the post about saying goodbye to my cancer chemotherapy clients, usually it's a process, as you know, and our clients come to us before they start their chemotherapy so that we can capture your existing shape. They come to us during chemotherapy so that that's where the real magic happens actually, and you've lost your brow hairs at that point. So we drop in more pigment in between the spaces that we did before at the first step, and at the second step we drop pigment into those spaces again, plus because you've lost your hairs into those gappy areas. And then after chemo is finished, then the client comes back to have the final refining step, we call it, the final adjustment done, and then we say goodbye to them. Now, more often than not, they are annual clients. We encourage them to come back because their brows very rarely come to their former glory. But in some of the younger clients, as soon as they stop chemotherapy, their head hair sprouts out straight away. Their eyelashes come back, and more often than not, we see a surprising amount of brow hair coming back. So they've had the brows for their chemotherapy story for that whole year that they've been undergoing treatment, etc. And then sometimes the brow hairs come back and they're so surprised, as I am too sometimes. So they just let the tattoo that I've done fade right off. Now it never fully goes away, it's always underneath. So it's like as if you have a soft powder fill all the time. And then there are other clients and their brow hairs either come back very sparsely, but it falls out again because they're on ongoing oral treatment. So they become ongoing annual clients of ours, whereby they come back annually to have a colour boost done. So we come lifelong friends, really. So when they come for their step 3 round off, what ends up happening is that I usually, can see how much of the brow hair has actually returned at that point. And I usually say, I hope I never see you again. And I mean that in the kindest possible way. So it's a bit like when you're undergoing cancer chemotherapy, you want to get rid of the hospitals, you want to get rid of radiotherapy, you want to get rid of clinics, you want to get rid of doctors, and you want to get rid of me because it's a reminder of the journey that you've been on. I hate that word journey. I can't think of another word actually, because I remember one cancer client saying to me one time, she often feels that the word journey means that you're getting to another point, and that could have negative connotations. This isn't to upset anybody, but it's a word. If somebody actually who is undergoing cancer chemotherapy at the moment could give me some advice as to what is the better word to say, yeah.